Hello and welcome to my channel and welcome to this video where we are just putting some makeup on my face, having a good time, playing with some old favorites. That's the theme for today's video, but it's just a good old-fashioned get ready with me in my new room. I'm in Belgium for half a year and this is actually where I'm staying. It's a bit of a mess, but I kept the background pretty clean. So yeah, I'm really happy that I get to stay here for a couple of months. I'll be commuting home pretty often just to see my boyfriend and to work every now and then. But yeah, this will be my home for the next couple of months. And this is the first video I'm filming here. So wish me luck. I'm already having a lot of fun, so I think it'll go well. And yeah, I want to feel pretty today, so let's do it. Subscribe if you like the video and let's get started. My goal here is really just to do a quick and easy makeup look, just because I don't want to make it too hard on myself editing this, and also it's the kind of makeup that I've been preferring recently. And also everything is everywhere, so the easier the better. I did find an eyeshadow primer, so good start. This is just my Glam Light Icing eyeshadow primer in the shade Classic Vanilla. And if you'd like, I can do an everyday makeup look that I've been wearing to my classes. Today I actually do not have any classes. Yeah, I have been wearing makeup to university and keeping that pretty simple. So yeah, if you're interested in casual looks, then please let me know. But like I said, this one's going to be pretty casual as well. Yesterday I did a look where I pretty much did just a little bit of face makeup, a lip gloss, and then eyelashes. And I really liked it. And I was like, what's happening? Am I doing a makeup look without eyeshadow? But I did and I loved it. All right, I did bring, wait, let me show you. I couldn't restrain myself and I brought this whole box full of pretty much only eyeshadow palettes. So we are doing some eyeshadow today. All right, I'm getting really excited by the things that I brought. Maybe I'll do a full video showing you what clothes and makeup I brought. Would you be interested in that? Anyway, we're going with the classic today. Not Michaela Part 2, which I love of course, but Michaela Part 1, just to change things up a little bit. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm thinking a nice little blue purple combination. So I have this fluffy brush and I'm going into Rhody, which is a pretty bright blue, and I'll put that in my crease. Yeah, look at that pigment. All right, this is a lot more vibrant than what I've been seeing on myself recently. Let me just wipe off that brush really well and blend out the edges a little bit more. Now I'm going into Mass Hole, which is a little bit deeper. And I'm just putting that in the outer corner with the same brush. I feel like this is already not what I planned. It's already not as subtle as I was hoping it would be, but I'm having a lot of fun with these colors. I do like the way that even though this blue is another pretty bright one, because it's a little bit deeper, it does ground the previous blue. Because I was getting a little worried for a clown look, but I think I'm okay. Wait, do we even want to add the purple? I kind of want to keep it blue, so I'm just putting a little bit of that deep blue shade underneath the lower lash line. I'll make that a little bit thinner with a makeup wipe. Just really not in the mood to change my brushes. Okay. It's a little bit of a weird palette because there's all these, or at least there's a couple of blue mattes, but there's not really any blue shimmers. But I do really love this purple shimmer over here. So we're just going to use this one. It's called Naz. And it is a very icy lavender, so I think it'll work. That's beautiful. And actually, now that I'm putting it next to these blues, It looks a lot more blue than I ever thought it did. I've used this shade quite a lot, but I always see it as a lavender. But it has some blue reflects. Now I will need to change brushes for the lower lash line. I'm thinking I'll add a pop of purple after all, but they're all quite deep. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take this one, which is Immaculate, and put just a little bit of that right there on the lower lash line. And then I'll take my Noctilucent palette for the highlight. Yeah, I do like it. I think once I've added a little bit of face makeup and lashes and stuff, it'll feel a little bit more natural. So I'm back. I just finished up the eye look. I used this Old Faithful, which is the Kruidvat eyeliner in light blue for my lower lash line. I used my cobalt blue Urban Decay eyeliner in Electric Empire for the upper waterline and also along the lash line. I used this sort of old, sort of new mascara from Catrice. I love this, but it's very messy and it's not the best for underneath lashes because you don't really see it anyway. But I do think this is a good one. This is the Go Big, Go Bold mascara. Want it in waterproof though. And then I added a couple of Boozy Shop lashes. They're relatively new, but I have worn them about 5 or 6 times now, so I think it'll count. I honestly couldn't tell you which style they are because they sort of all mix together in their boxes, but they're this nice wispy fluttery lash. And if I can find them, I'll link them for those of you who live in Western Europe. So now let's do just a little bit of face makeup. I'm not going to do like a full beat with a lot of foundation and everything because I do plan on walking to a thrift store right after this. Sorry, it's quite noisy, isn't it? I'll see what that does when I'm editing, and then maybe next time I'll close the window, but I just worked out so I kind of had to open it. I know, TMI. So yeah, not too much makeup because I am going to walk for about an hour and I don't want sweat to ruin everything. But I did see someone on the tram yesterday who did have like a full beat with a very cool outfit, and I guess I was sort of intrigued by it. So maybe I'll get back to those kind of looks as well. For today, I'm just going to use my Essence Camouflage Plus Matte Concealer, which is ironic because it's not matte and it's not full coverage, although it doesn't really say so, but I mean camouflage kind of makes it sound that way. It's more of a natural light coverage concealer for me, but I like using it a little bit more broad all over my face. I do always use a color corrector these days. This one is from Huda. It's not super new, but it's a little bit newer, but it's really the only one I use, and I use it every day that I do my makeup. Even if I just do a little bit of concealer, mascara and lip gloss, I still add this because I feel like it makes a huge difference. I just use this triangle shaped concealer brush, and I don't even mind if it covers a little bit more than it should because it'll blend into my blush seamlessly. And this product by Huda, you really only need the smallest bit. I've been using it for a couple of months now, or at least weeks, and I still need to learn that I need to use less so it doesn't spread out as far. But I mean, the covering capabilities of this product are amazing. And I'm just going right in with my Camouflage Concealer. This one, the Huda one I have in the lightest shade. This one I have in 20 Light Ivory, which is just a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but not a lot. And I like to cover underneath my eyes and also on my cheeks. And then I always have a couple of breakouts on this side these days, so I just cover those up as well. A little bit on the chin, nose. This is really just a little bit, because the concealer that I put underneath my eyes usually spreads out pretty far. And yeah, I know I'm basically wearing foundation now, but it is lighter. It is a little bit more breathable and a little bit more long lasting. If I really want it to last through a lot of sweat, then I'll need to add my Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm. I do have a lot of breakouts these days. I also have a lot of mosquito bites, and I have been sleeping with my window open just because I don't know why. This room just gets a little bit dusty and I don't know, it doesn't smell the nicest. So I just always keep my window open, even at night. But I think there are more mosquitoes here than in where I live in the Netherlands, because I have bumps and itches all over. So maybe that's also what's on my face, but I don't think it is. I think it's just zits. So I kind of like this base like this. Then we need a nice blush. I think we should use this one maybe. This is, no wait, this is too recent, right? Yeah, this was one of my later videos. No, let's not cheat. I have a lot of stuff here that I use all the time and I kind of want to change it up a little bit. So let me just find a nice blush option. Okay, I found something. I do use it quite a lot, but I think I use the other stuff even more. So next time I'm at home, I'll need to bring a couple of nice blush options. Anyway, I'm going for the blush by Made by Mitchell in the shade Can't Cope with Coral, which is one of my favorites. It's this highlighter peach kind of shade, which is just so cool when you blend it out. It really keeps its highlighter properties, but you know, it does blend out. I feel like this is a very flattering color on me, even though it's a very weird color. And it really works for that super high placement that I like to do. So for powder, we're going into this little thing from Benefit. This is just their powder foundation. And I like to use this for underneath my eyes. But we are going to use the little puff. And honestly, recently I haven't even been setting my makeup at all. But then sometimes after a couple of hours, I do look really sweaty and greasy. So now when I'm going out or when I'm wearing a little bit more makeup, I definitely still think I should set everything. And then maybe it looks a little bit matte at first, but it'll start glowing after a couple of hours. And honestly, I've been liking the little bit more matte vibes. I know. I didn't really bring a lot of bronzer options, just a couple of cream ones and then whatever is in my palettes. So I'm just going to use what I've been using the most, which is this bronzer from the Charlotte Tilbury palette, the Pretty Blushed Beauty. And this is just their bronzer contour powder that's also in the Film Star Bronze and Glow Duo. And I try not to use too much, but this is a very forgiving shade and a very forgiving formula, so you don't have to be too careful with it. And I especially need this around my hairline and forehead, I find. On my cheeks, I can pretty much get away with just blush, but up here it does look a little bit naked if I don't do this. And then I also still like to bronze up my nose. Kind of something like this. The brow gel we're going to use today is this one from Unleasha, which I still can't get my mind made up about this. It's good, but sometimes it doesn't work at all. And then if it does work, it's bulletproof. So I just keep trying it, but I used it earlier this week and it just left a lot of white residue up here. So I tried to wipe it clean and I took off all of my face makeup. And that was my first day of classes, by the way. So it looked pretty bad. So I'm not sure if this should be my only brow product or brow gel. I kind of want to buy the Too Faced one again, just because it's more reliable, but it's also more expensive. So yeah, we'll figure that one out. But for now, we're just going to do the Unleasha. Quickly moving on to the Noctilucent palette, mainly for my inner corners, for which I am going to use this shade, which looks like nothing on camera, but it is actually more of a violet type of shade, which will be really pretty. And with the Unleasha eyebrow gel, if you have the correct timing, you can push your brow hairs up a little bit and they'll stay perfectly in that position. But if you're a little bit too early, you just take away the brow gel completely and it doesn't work. And if you're a little bit too late, then it's already dried down. So maybe that's the secret to, you know, having this brow gel work well or not. But at this point, it looks pretty good. I'm also going to revamp the lower lash line a little bit using that Immaculate shade, because it kind of got wiped off and I want it back. I like that. So I do want a little bit of highlighter, but I thought that that purple one would be a little bit too much. However, I do really like using the pink one in this palette as an everyday highlight. It's not just the color, it's also the formula. It's a little bit more subtle. It's like, it's a little bit less chunky. Not too much. So now all that we need is a lip, and I want to keep it a little bit more simple. So I'm thinking this gloss from Essence, this beautiful purple Galaxy lip gloss, just paired with a regular pinky nude lip liner. This is the lip liner that Soph created with Makeup Revolution in their 3rd collaboration. And I like the color a lot on me. It's just a little bit smudgy sometimes. And then let's add the purple gloss, which has a name, but I can't really read it anymore. It's completely wiped off. I like to really blend it into the lip liner. And I like that. So that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this look. I do feel a little bit more glam than I have been doing for the past couple of days. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you liked the video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.